Maverick 100.9, Aggie Land's country alternative. It's Corliss on with Rye Wolf again and not in person again. Gosh darn it, Rye.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get. I used to be down there all the time. I used to be in College Station all the time when I was coaching. I mean, I'd be at Texas A&M probably twice a month,
Oh my
and be in the
God.
air. Yeah, yeah. This was, in my previous life, but before music. But
Well, I always say I got to Texas way late, later than I wanted to. So darn the luck. Well, I'm really excited to have new music from you again. I gotta
yeah,
say, man, you have just been rolling. And
yeah. Keep cranking them out for sure.
congrats on that. That's a tough thing to do.
It is, but I just, man, once I started getting back into this music thing, I just made a commitment and I said, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I'm really going to go at it and give it my best. And I mean, we're in the process of making an album right now.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get those details for sure. But first, tell me about the new single. It's called Easy on Me.
Yeah, so this song, it came out earlier this year, but it's been in the works for, oh my gosh, I probably wrote it a year and a half ago. Um, Yeah, I was on the road and I'd been on the road for like 2 or 3 weeks, so it'd been a while since I'd been home, so I was kind of missing home a little bit. And but I had to go to Atlanta for an award show, and so I was flying to Atlanta and just got to thinking about like all the people in my life and how grateful I was that I had people in my life that were pushing me forward and that were encouraging me and that were supporting me, even when I wasn't there to really support them all the time. So this idea popped in my head is that your love is so easy on me, and I'm so grateful. It came from a place of gratefulness. Is that, man, you make this so easy for me to do because you support it unconditionally, and I that concept right there just kind of transferred into that song, and I just kind of had this melody going on in my head. So when I got to Atlanta, I sat in my hotel room. The award show was the next day, and I put this song down. I recorded it on my iPad and had some ideas and the melody, and man, pretty much finished it in a day or two. And yeah, that's kind of the story behind the song.
And now we finally got it. Love it.
Finally get to hear it. Yeah, yeah. And I had some amazing people play on it. Uh, uh, Kylene King played the fiddle on it, and she's Brandy Carlisle's fiddle player.
Yes.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing. And then, of course, my pedal steel player, Rick Fawcett, just did some amazing things on there. So, yeah.
I'm so excited. Like, we hear about those songs that are so inspired that you have to write them down right away. But on average, that's typically the sad country songs, that
Right.
fall out of you like that. But I'm glad that it was something so inspiring. And I hope my mom's listening. Mom, this one's for you. Like, she's the one 12 hours away from me, but not only is she supporting me constantly, but that woman just in the past 2 months has seen Matt Castillo twice, the Chad Cook Band 3 times. Like, she
Wow.
wholeheartedly supports not just my career, but everything Texas country and everything that means the world to me. So,
Wow. That's really cool. That's great.
I mean,
And that's inspiring, right? That's inspiring.
it is. You touched on it so well. No matter what type of industry we work in, when you have a dream, having that backing force is literally the best thing in the world.
It's I mean, I think there's a lot of different kinds of motivation. I think people
Yeah.
are motivated by past failures and struggles and things like that. and
Uh-huh.
and but when you do have someone that's pushing you forward, and you feel like you have almost like a place to fall when you do fall, because that's not if you will fall.
Oh, yeah.
uh, but when you have that kind of support, man, it just makes it so much easier to push forward.
Yeah. My mom and husband have definitely got me through a few knee scrapes, if you will.
Yeah, yeah. So this you can relate to the song then.
Oh,
So
100%. And I think everyone can. So we're going to give it to him now on Maverick 100.9 and be back with Rye Wolf next. But first, it's Easy on Me. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can now find it anywhere that you stream and download music. And today's interview continues now. Rye Wolf, Easy on Me, brand new single on Maverick 100.9, and we're joined by Rye once again, but you have a different update for us this time. You've been working on a new album. I want those details, mister.
So I've recently formed my full band. We go by Rye Wolf and the Prairie Hawks.
Cute.
And so it's been about, I guess, 4 or 5 months now, but we decided that, we have a lot of energy with our live shows, and we really wanted to capture that in our album. So we got in a studio about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we recorded 14 songs over 2 days in the same room. We were all in the same room. And so it's going to feel live. Hopefully you'll be able to feel the energy that we're coming through with. And it's a little bit of I wouldn't say it's a complete departure for me, but, there is elements of Texas country, but there's a lot of elements of like classic rock and blues rock and soul, and all of those elements kind of coming together for this record. And right now it's 14 songs. We'll see if all those songs make it to the final cut, but we're doing some overdubs, and we're finishing some stuff up right now, and then we'll get into the mixing process. But hopefully we'll have a couple songs out by the end of the year, and hopefully the album will be wrapped by the end of the year too.
Well, we'll have to talk again when that happens, because I'm very excited. But
I am too.
People forget that country music stemmed from soul and everything like that, and rock has been inspired by country for like, people forget how these genres mix in so well together. And I'm always open-minded when it comes to music, period. And I love new sounds. So I'm glad you guys were able to find that, and you were able to feature your actual band on the album. So many more people are doing that now, and it's perfect, because what am I playing your music for anyways? It's so people want to see you live, and
right.
I want it to transition. When I'm sending someone to a live show, I want that show to be exactly what they want to hear.
Well, and that's our hope, is that, when people listen to this record, they'll say, I get exactly what they sound like. I get exactly what they're going to go for. And I know what I'm going to get when I go to see us perform live, because like I said, we did it in one room. We did 3 or 4 takes of each song, and we said, all right, that's it. Let's move on to the next one. And what we'll do is we'll take probably the best take and put it out there.
Go out with it, man. Okay, so what are you and the guys doing to relax afterwards? Because I know people don't understand that process.
It's tough.
It takes a toll. What have you done to recuperate? Or will you?
Oh gosh, I think after that I went to the lake for 2 or 3 days and went fishing. It does take some decompression. You really do. I mean, and that goes for all artists out there, man. Like, take care of yourself, because it's a grind, and it's emotionally taxing. And even when you're on the road or in the studio or whatever, man, like, once you get done, you feel the weight of it, and you need to take some steps back every so often and spend time with family. And so, I try to do that pretty well. Like, early in the week after I get done with the hard run on the weekend, and I take it easy.
Yeah. And that even kind of goes back to your new single that you released, Easy on Me. Like you said, like, you're living your dreams here. You're, pushing forward in the music business, and having a good solid home to fall back on is great. But I'm kind of like, I love to travel. I do tour managing, merch management, and stuff like that on the side. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. But boy, am I always happy to walk back into my house when I'm done.
You bet. Yeah. That's your, that's your refuge. That's your place to kind of refuel and re-energize, and then be able to go back and do it again. So, absolutely, it's important to take that time.
Now, I do want to rewind a tad bit, because I can't remember if we've talked about this before. Your former life as a coach. What?
I was a collegiate track coach. Yeah, I was collegiate track coach for almost 15 years. And I was I was down in the valley. I was down at UT Rio Grande Valley for 5 years, and so yeah, I've been all over Texas, you know. And I started my career up here where I live now in Canyon at West Texas A&M, and so yeah, that was my passion for a long time. But you know, when I was doing that, I wasn't playing the guitar, I wasn't singing, I wasn't writing, and it just took so much of my time and energy to do that that I kind of let the guitar collect dust for a while, which, you know, it is what it is. But I lived a lot and I learned a lot, and so I feel like the songs that I'm writing and the things that I'm doing now are a direct result of the life that I lived. You know.
Yeah. Well, and you were educating and helping and coaching our younger generation, and
Yeah.
you you know, you spent your time, if we're talking about time, you spent it very wisely. We got to thank you for that. I'm actually friends with one of my coworkers' husbands is one of the track coach guys over at A&M. For
I
so
probably know him. I
how
probably know
funny
him.
is that? Oh, what a small world. Well, I'm glad you're here with the music. Congratulations on the new release. And
Thank you.
I'm going to be stalking you for that new album. I'm not kidding. Man.
I'm excited about it. I tell you, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Well, great. Well, everyone, Rye Wolf, look him up, follow along because he's got so much. He's already released so much. We're shocked by him already, but there's even more coming. Get the new single, Easy on Me. And Rye, as always, always so great to catch up with you on Maverick.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to visit with you.